Okay, so let's go over yesterday's events, dude. So, first of all, let's just get right down to business. You look a little frustrated in your long cycle set.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
Were your arms toast or what?
Yeah, I was overusing my back and just ripping on 'em. My grip went, and then everything else went.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like you were suffering from my usual problem, which is cleaning the bells too high. A little bit of
Yeah,
overcompensation there. And
yeah,
of course, you already had a day of competition, so body's not going to
yeah,
be 100%.
yeah.
What was it like in your warm up?
It was pretty stiff. It took a long time, especially the legs. So I spent probably an hour just slowly warming up and getting things moving, some
Hmm.
dynamic stretching. But the warm up pit there is pretty nasty. It's a very small area. Maybe four guys can warm up,
Hmm.
and not very many bells. So it gets a little frustrating there, that's for sure.
I'm trying to remember. Didn't someone say that people were hiding kettlebells in like little nooks and crannies? The bells that we were supposed to use last year.
Somebody said that about Korea. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen that here,
What are the bells like
but
this year?
uh, they're the old Russian bells. I didn't mind mine for snatch, uh, but they're well used bells, so they take chalk well.
Nice.
But they freshly painted them, so we're all covered in green paint right now. You get off your set, and your forearms are just covered in paint.
This is what I tell my club members: is you have to your competition shirt needs to be the same color as your bells. The
Yeah,
yellow ones are the
yeah,
16s are the worst, right? Because they just leave like this really gross like pee stain on your shirt.
yeah. The teams with white shirts, it was funny, is like green all over the shoulders and stuff.
Nice. Okay, so let me look at what I have written down here. I wanted to ask you if you caught any of the junior long cyclers. There was actually a 15-year-old in the 63 kilogram category long cycling 24s in that first flight. Did you manage to catch that?
No, we were out of the venue at that time.
Okay.
I caught I caught a lot of the end stuff, like what's his name, the Russian that broke the biathlon record.
Ivan Markov,
That
I
was an
think.
amazing set to watch. Yeah, that was amazing sets to watch.
Who's his coach?
I'm not sure.
We can look it up on the flight list. It's got it written down there. Did you catch Jeff's set, Jeff Chadsey?
Yeah,
And he's 73 kilogram category. How'd that go for him? Did you
yeah, he
talk to
did.
him?
Yeah, he felt good about it. He really grinded. He worked hard. It was good.
And then Craig was up there as well. I think were they on this platform the same time?
Uh,
Oh no,
no,
I think
I
Craig was up
th-
there with Mike. That's right.
yeah,
Okay, and Craig's from
yeah,
out from John
Saskatchewan.
DePadua's, yeah, from Saskatchewan. John's gym over there.
No, he did really well. I think it was a huge PR for him. So,
Okay. What did he finish with?
uh, 64, I think.
Something like 64, 65, something like that.
60s.
Okay. I didn't really find a lot of info on Mike's set. Did you talk to him? How'd that go for him?
He ended up with 30. I think he was shooting to break 40.
He's
I
kind of
don't
just
think he
getting back
was,
into it too.
yeah. But he's been training with Chris, and he said that's been going really well.
Yeah.
It's really helped him. So
Yeah. That's been making it a bit
he
more of
looked
a
good though.
speedy process.
He looked good though. It was a solid set.
I did catch some of that relay, though it looked like he was having some trouble with his jerks.
Yeah, it's a few of them did not like jerks, that's for sure.
Yeah. I
It
think
was
by
good,
that
but it
time,
was good. Yeah, it was good. It was good for the team. Like it built that team part of it.
yeah, no, and really, as far as the relay goes, you guys did the jerk relay. There were only 5 teams, and there's really only ever like 3 to 5 teams. This time there was Germany, Latvia, Poland, Canada, and Ireland. So, I mean, being that USA didn't even put up a team, and they definitely could have with their
Yeah.
with their their talent pool. Yeah, I agree. I think that's really important. I think it really shows something about our team.
Yeah, so like me and Slava were talking, we should almost put it forward every year that this is what we plan to do so they can train for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard to train for on the side of what they're doing already, even just 1 minute sets, you know?
And I think we really should be. I think what I'll do with grip strength next year is make a commitment to have to make relay part of the registration and really
Yeah.
push that, and that'll
Yeah,
be a good
it's fun.
opportunity for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lots of fun. And I think it'd be good for beginners too.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think so because especially with some of my maybe what you might call less ambitious athletes who are just starting to dip their toe into a heavier bell. Doing 3 minutes up on the platform is really attractive prospects. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 3 minutes is doable for most people.
mm-hmm.
So, you could, and it's a good time to test yourself too at a higher pace.
Mm-hmm. We also had the juniors yesterday do their jerk relay, and that was just Russia and the Ukraine. That's not surprising. And the
Yeah.
professional long cycle relay was Latvia, Lithuania, Russia, and Ukraine. Again, not surprising. Let's shift over to the women. There were a lot of double 16 kg female lifters, 21 lifters in total. I think, though, to be honest, the most interesting thing was that out of 21 lifters, there was one from Kazakhstan, and there were none from the Ukraine, Russia, Latvia, or Estonia, and they were mainly Scandinavians. It was pretty much made up of Norway, Finland, Ireland, USA, and Denmark, with a couple other countries thrown in there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's those countries haven't accepted double bells for women yet or just no interest.
Well, at the same time, there were only 2 female competitors in the double 24, and those actually did happen to be Russia and Lithuania, so the more traditional countries. So I'm wondering if it's just that they're only pushing it at that really high level, because they definitely have no shortage of really high level junior lifters. They definitely have a lot of junior lifters, a lot of kids who are in their teens and in their 20s.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Now, Chris was saying that one of the lifters on his team was going to do a double 20 kg yesterday. How'd that go?
I'm not sure.
Are you telling me you didn't watch it? Yeah, but go ahead, put him on.
One of your lifters.
Yeah. Hello.
Chris, top of the morning to you.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I want to ask you about your teammate who has lifted the double 20s.
Oh, yeah, Tracy yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go? Did you talk to her?
Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So how did that go for her?
She did. She did pretty well. So I think she got 55 reps. So she was pretty happy, but I got a 4th place. So
okay,
no
just shy of the podium.
Yeah. Strong lifting though. She's happy with that.
Yeah. No, awesome. Out of 4 lifters, 2 from the USA. There's Tracy and 1 from Norway. how they all look? Were all their techniques kind of comparable? Did you notice anything kind of different between any of them? And any, did you give Tracy any pointers, or is she pretty much got it handled and she just needs to keep training?
No, she's pretty good. So she'll just keep working on it. I think the plan is she'll work on 20s for this year, and then she wants to do the 24s next year. So
pretty.
That's a big step up.
Yeah. We were talking about that. It's not really all that surprising. But 2 lifters lifting the 24s this year. Did you catch any of that?
I did see in I think they were the juniors.
Yeah, that's
two
correct.
Russian girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
The under 22s.
Yeah, they were strong girls. So I think there'll be more and more 24s soon.
Yeah. A lot of junior males too lifting the 32s. There's about 20 lifters, mainly Russians, Ukrainians, and Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of that?
Yeah.
How are they looking?
Yeah, I saw a few of them. The Russians are just crazy, aren't they? It's like, their technique is just flawless.
Was Smirnov there? The really tall kid? He just goes. He goes. He does not let up for one moment. And the kid he's probably, he might even be taller than you. But he doesn't, he needs to eat some cheeseburgers because that kid is thin. Actually, there is some video. There's a few sets on another YouTube channel. It might be the Gorevic Online YouTube channel. I'm not sure. But there's video that says he has a broken arm while he's lifting in his, I think it might be his 24 set. So
just 24s and with a broken arm.
Yeah, but that's a piece of cake for him. It's like 16s for me. Very cool. And how many of your other lifters lifted yesterday?
Yesterday we had Joe and Tracy, just the 2 of them, I think, yesterday.
Okay.
Today we got myself lifting again in the veterans this morning, and then Gina and Steve's lifting in the pro long cycle today.
Okay, yeah. And he now he's been to quite a few worlds, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been to a lot.
Yeah. And is he the fellow who went I think maybe he was invited to Russia to do some training by some guys?
He's been to Russia before to do some training.
Okay. Yeah. He's been around the block.
Yeah, he gets on pretty well with the Russians.
A little suspicious, I think.
Well, we don't have our own Russian like pretty much every other country has. Even you guys.
So are you feeling ready to lift today?
Nope.
What?
Well,
you're getting too comfortable, Chris. Cycle. You look really comfortable there.
It's pretty... to be fair, I'm trying to sleep. Yesterday watching Todd do long cycle really took it out of me.
Yeah, I heard you cheering him on.
Yeah, it was really hard work.
It was probably harder to keep from teasing him and to actually give him some encouragement.
Yeah, we did make a bit of an error though, because originally I didn't enter the veterans. I only entered adults, and then after my set, I thought, all right, I'm going to do veterans. So I convinced Todd that to do veterans as well, to lift. He was just going to let his numbers go. I said, no, we've got to lift again together on the platform. He's like, geez, all right then. And then this morning, when we got the flight list through, we realised we're not even in the same category. We're in 2 different age categories.
Oh, really?
He's only a young lad.
But you guys are only a year apart.
Yeah. But the age
you're
is
right
45,
on the line.
So he's 44 in the 44 category, and I'm 45 in the 45 to the 50 category. So, so he wasn't very chuffed about that.
Just too big of a gap.
Yeah. Next year he'll be there. Next year he'll be back competing again.
Now, from the look of the flight list,
that means I get to see him lift first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you can learn what.
So I can see his numbers. I'm just beating by 1.
In the flight lists, it looks as though they've shuffled some lifters around, like putting juniors into the open categories and putting open or adults into the veterans category. Because there's this one guy who's in the veterans age group, but he was signed up in the open category, and I think they shifted him over to the veterans for today. Maybe because he was the only, maybe the only guy his age.
Probably. They had a couple of instances yesterday in the ladies stuff. They had one girl who was she was down for lifting double long cycles, and then on the very next flight she was down for lifting double 20s as well. So they had to swap it around a little bit at last minute and give her a bit of a break in between.
Yeah. How did that happen?
I don't know. She entered both classes, and both classes were running consequentially. So it was like, well, and there's only one flight of double 20s, so they made a lift a bit later on with some of the other stuff. I think she was lifting long cycle while the rest of them were lifting snatch or something. Mm-hmm. But they've been changing around. The veterans have changed around a few times.
Now, last year in Korea, a lot of people had some opinions on the feel of the stage. So it being a little bit like a trampoline in some spots. What's the platform and what's the stage like at this location in Latvia?
This year it's just a solid floor with a wooden platform on top. So
you guys are just literally on the floor. Okay.
Yeah. There's no stage or anything.
Yeah, that's far less prestigious. Although they got the big banner.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now this is for you today. For you, this is going to be the third day of competition, and it's the 13th of October where you are right now. I think I'm still on the 12th because I'm behind you guys. So it goes to the 15th, right? So what's on the 14th and the 15th day? Do you guys know that yet, or do you have to wait until Valentine puts out the flight list?
There's just more veteran stuff. Tomorrow is all. So Saturday is for long cycle, and Sunday is just veterans. And then, is there anything on Monday? I don't even know if there's anything on the Monday.
I think that's usually, and that's
Monday must be closing.
Any of the judges or the personnel who want to lift, they usually put them on the last day too.
Maybe.
And their points don't really count to team points or anything like that.
Yeah.
At least that's what I remember Mike Sherman telling me.
Yeah.
So you guys checked out the snatch from yesterday. Now, did Todd see Renee's set?
Todd, did you see Renee's set yesterday? Renee? Yeah.
That was good. Solid.
Yeah, he says it's a solid set.
What are you guys sitting at for medals right now?
Only 3. Lisa got a gold, Renee got a bronze, and Jeff got a bronze.
Nice. Good for him.
I mean, there's a lot of competition over here. So Canada held their own in women's snatch, that's for sure.
Yeah, because she finished with 137. It seems like the numbers overall are getting higher. I mean, I know that way back in the day when Ksenia was still pretty young, like 15, 16, she was starting to get up into that 200 rep range. But then it seemed like there was a period there where the next highest thing was like around $150, and that was like Melissa Swanson, and you'd see Olga do that too, and Tatiana. But it didn't seem like they were getting any higher than that. But now I've been seeing some numbers; they're getting back up to 200. So in the scheme of all that, where did Renee kind of land? What were the high numbers? What was the spread like?
Couple Russians broke 200. I saw a 204 set, and I heard something about a 213 set, but I never saw that one. The North Americans held their own. U.S. put up some good numbers. Lorna, I think, was 137.
I think she did 135.
135.
Yeah.
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 And what's her name? Valerie broke 104, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think her bag has typically been 1 arm long cycle, but she snatched a bit too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we have Pam up today. She's been really sick, so hopefully she can put it together. Yeah, it's. I guess she's been really sick. She hasn't been coming to the venue much. She's trying not to get us sick. So.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. So it's not just food poisoning or something. She's got like a cold or something.
No. Yeah, she said she can't breathe and stuff.
That's the one downside to being around all these other all these other competitors.
Yeah,
you've got all these different strains of germs floating around.
Yeah, and then coming over on the planes and stuff, you're just in a germ cesspool.
Yeah, exactly. So how are you feeling about lifting today?
I feel good, but like everything's firing. I'm a little tired, a little sore, but you never know until you get under the bells.
Yeah. Where's your head at, man?
I'm into it.
Okay.
This big Englishman has me fired up, so.
Good. Damn right. It's not...
We'll see how...
it's not every day you go to Worlds, man. So,
yeah.
Do your best and put it all out there. Take it one rep at a time.
Yeah.
Try not to get frustrated and just breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. Be interesting how my snatch holds out doing long cycle yesterday, grip and stuff. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to my usual paces and go for it.
Tell me about that military thing that you went to yesterday.
Well, that was Pam's husband, John. He told me about it. He found it.
Okay.
So we went out. It's about 15 minutes out of town, kind of in the country, which is unreal. It's like a postcard out there. And it's a big manor that somebody fixed up and turned into a hotel bar. So you go in there and they're like, yeah, by the way, we have a tank collection in the back. So we paid €2. We paid €2. He basically gave us a key, open the door, turn on the lights.
Seriously?
And they had all these tanks that have been pulled off this was a big battlefield between Soviets and Germans.
Yeah.
So he had some pretty rare pieces, and we got to climb in and out of them and all over them. They had artillery guns and helmets with bullet holes in them. And
those weren't just for show? He didn't just take them in the backyard and fire a few holes in them? Make them real authentic looking?
Yeah. But there were some ricochet marks in the tanks. I don't think he could have faked that.
No. Wow, there was a really interesting one there that was like, it almost looked like it was, the front of it was a bike and the back of it was a tank.
Yeah, I think they were called rabbits. And they're kind of that era's version of an ATV.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of Europeans, they're very popular if they can find them and fix them up.
Oh, people actually make them operational and ride around on them today?
Yeah. They'll go anywhere, those things.
Like through a bank vault, maybe?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I think from what I've read and heard, there's a lot of these rich Europeans that they have these collections. And it's kind of a thing out here. So It's pretty cool because I've always been a fan of history.
Now that's going to be a bit more on the side of like World War II paraphernalia. What about like Russian communist old like monoliths or statues and things like that? Are there any stockpiles of that sort of thing? Or are there any remnants of that even around the city still? Because I know that when Perestroika happened, or that whole period, and then finally when it dissolved, the USSR, that a lot of those smaller countries were like, let's get rid of all these statues and stuff that idolize Lenin and Stalin. And
well, for some reason, there's one impressive Soviet statue standing by the river. John showed it to us, and for some reason they didn't tear that one down. I think they tore most of the other stuff down. Mm-hmm. But Dugaspil's being close to the border, I think there's more of a Russian relationship. Like,
yeah, it's right.
Slava was
right
surprised that people are willing to speak Russian here to him. He said down in Riga, they know how to speak Russian, but they kind of refuse to.
Yeah. I would imagine that Riga being a bit more, well, Riga's the capital, yeah? So that's going to be more of a cultural hub, right? And they're probably really keen on preserving their culture.
Yeah.
As opposed to maybe some of the other smaller municipalities.
Yeah, I mean, this Latvia has been occupied by how many times? A couple times by Russian, once by Germans. So it's a really interesting history through here. I mean, I saw some of the concentration camp stuff, some of the Jewish monuments, and this is where that all kind of started.
Do you have any plans today for what you're going to check out? Any sort of attractions or monuments that you heard of or found that you're looking to check out?
I'm going to have more time on Sunday because I'll finish all my lifting today. And then I'll be busy because Slava's got a few lifts, so I have to help him with chalking and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'll be at the venue pretty much all day.
Now, Slava's lifting today?
Yeah, he's doing both pro and veterans, and then he's doing the relay with us.
And he hasn't lifted at all yet, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are going to catch some video of that?
Yeah, I'll probably put live video on that. Nice. The Wi-Fi has been tricky there, so I'll see.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. It'd be nice to see him up on the platform there. How long are you staying? Like, when are you going home?
Tomorrow. Well, we take the bus from here tomorrow night at midnight. Then we're flying out of Riga at 6 a.m.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You're not wasting any time. You're not even staying for the rest of the competition, really.
Does it carry into Monday? I never noticed. I thought it was ending tomorrow.
I believe the 15th is technically the last day, but you know what? That might just be like ceremonies and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Or cleanup.
Cleanup. Everyone gets to help.
No, I'm out of here.
So Slava's in the evening today. What, 5:45, something like that? Goncharov's going to be up there with him, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and get some video up.
Okay, and then there's more 2-arm long cycle of the women's today, and wow, looks like there's a lot of 24s. So yesterday was just the juniors, and there's only 2 of them, but there's 1, 2, 3 flights of 2x24 women's long cycle.
I think the way it works, or something I heard, the juniors can carry their score over to professionals.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm surprised that they didn't just lump them in anyways, just because there was only 2 of them. But, I mean, at 24 kilograms, 2 juniors is, it's still 2 juniors. I mean, it's going to be hard to get your juniors up to that level. So, are you going to catch much of those sets, the women's 2x24?
Yeah, I'll probably be there all day, so
nice.
I'll put up some video when I can.
Excellent. Anything else to add about what you're doing today or what you're looking forward to today?
I'm just after the jerk relay, it felt a lot better at a higher pace, so I'm thinking I'm going to pick my pace up on jerks.
Okay.
And see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rack time was killing me.
And as long as the judges aren't being too well, actually, you guys said the judging was inconsistent. I was watching a bunch of video just before we started chatting tonight, and man, they are all over the place with their judging.
Yeah, apparently because Chris was at the meeting yesterday, he said they're going to start getting on the elbows and belts thing, so it should be interesting today.
Well, even how about just like basic stuff? Like I saw people cleaning to the rack and then bumping up into the overhead instead of straightening out the legs and then jerking.
Yeah.
And them getting points for that.
There's been a lot of complaints at the venue and on social media.
Well, there's always going to be complaints on social media, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this in Korea, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But, I guess it's hard to avoid, but hopefully they can do a better job today. So, and hopefully that, because, I could see that messing with people, right? If you see that and then you have to go up and it's like you don't know what to expect. So, but when you have an idea of what the standard is, then you're better prepared.
Like I don't mind a strict judge, just be consistent.
Yeah. Now you said you guys are leaving tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can probably catch you tomorrow morning then?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll just shoot you a quick message just as usual, and then whenever you're back, just message me back and we'll do another episode.
Okay, sounds good.
Right on. All right, give Chris my best and give my best to the team. Really proud of you guys. I'm so happy that you've got, you're doing the relays and you've got multiple teams going for the relays. I think that's awesome. So good job.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, see you, Todd. Lift well today, bud.
Thank you. See you.
Cheers.
Yeah.